Hey, babies. It's that time again. Yeah, I just got my hair cut. Oh. She didn't really know what to do. I had to instruct her several places, but I tried to get it short on the sides. Skin. Had to instruct her what skin looked like. That was fun. And I have eye makeup on because I thought I was going to go dancing last night. And I'm like, I feel like, yeah, God seems to be okay with me going out dancing. So, all right. I got all dolled up and it was too cold and windy. Should have checked that first. So, yeah, that was, that's why the makeup is there. So, I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit. And I'm just going to sit here and talk to you because I like to start my day talking to you, but I had to get my hair cut, so it was right around the corner, so I didn't have enough time to do this. I'm going to do it now. Yeah, baby. So I didn't even get into Romans 6, right? Yeah, Romans 6. So that's what we'll do next time. But let's see, what can we talk about? Yesterday I played piano. It was great. It's been a while since I did that. So that was fun. I really wish I had a platform where I could have thousands of people interacting with me, but since Periscope died and then Reddit died, I don't have any other place to jam to copyrighted music. Yeah, that's the problem, is the copyrighted stuff. So we'll see what happens there. Right now I am gonna check my girlfriend out here at GNC. I'm gonna buy some vegetables at Big Y, and then I'm gonna go to Aldi's and get some cheap beef, and I'm gonna cook up in a slow cooker some Szechuan beef while I go to the gym. And when I come back out, I will shut it off and make a dipping sauce that's going to be kind of a hot and spicy thing, because that's what Szechuan is. Hot, spicy, sweet. And then through the week, I'm going to portion that out into like some dough and bake it as a stromboli. And hopefully I don't get too fat doing that. So that's what I'm doing. What can I say? I'm really interested in this thing that I've been, we talked a little bit about, of Mark being so different than Matthew and Luke. You know, it's like Mark was the earliest gospel, and there's evidence that Matthew and Luke modified Mark to suit their purposes and audience. Matthew being Jewish, Luke being Greek audiences. But there's certain aspects of Mark where you can see why they'd be like, we can't have this. Like, for instance, Jesus, the depiction of Jesus in the empty tomb is just, that's it. There's no resurrection. There's no, we've seen the Lord. There's no running back to the disciples and saying, we've seen Jesus. So he just ends it, empty tomb, which I kind of like. You know, I mean, and I guess what I want to say is, overall, and I'll talk about some other things if I can think of them. Overall, I am wearing yellow pants, by the way. And they match my shoes. Look at the shoes. Okay. Overall, I like the book because it's almost as if the lack of embellishment that is replete in both Matthew and Luke is actually a precursor, in my estimation, of what journalism and historical writing comes to be. So at this early stage where there is no journalism at the turn of, the 50 AD, yet Mark's depiction seems to be kind of hinting at that. In other words, a lot of his things are like quick, not embellished. This is what happened. This is what was observed, and then leaving it up to you to make sense out of it, as opposed to Matthew and Luke are embellishing the story to kind of give you their interpretation of it, sort of like a CNN Fox way of looking at it. So, yeah. So, if you think about that, let's think about that for a second. We'll use CNN, Fox, and then what would be a more unbiased, we'll say C-SPAN. So like Mark is C-SPAN, and Matthew is more Fox, and Luke is more CNN. And I think that's really interesting. And the reason why I picked that is because Matthew's audience is Jewish, he tends to focus on what has been traditionally accepted and expected and orthodox, kind of the way Fox is. And CNN is, or at least used to be, more promoting a more progressive view, even though now I don't think they know the meaning of journalism, or don't care to be true journalistic platform anymore. But anyway, I just think that's interesting. So, like, things that Mark would put in there are, they say is embarrassing. Like he shows like the disciples not having a clue. So in that sense, it's considered to be more historically accurate, because why wouldn't you try to portray Jesus's followers as understanding what their task is? But instead, they're like clueless. So that I like that. That's kind of like, right? That's who we are. We're clueless until we're inspired or taught differently. So I think that's good that he has that in there. What are some other things he does? Or just lack of faith. Like Jesus is like, I can't heal you people because your hearts are hard. So normally I could heal all of you, but you're not really believing that I can do this, so I'm going to move on to a different town. That's cool, right? That's realistic. So that's why, you really have to think about, like, throughout the whole Bible, how much of it is editorialized and embellished for the sake of the intended audience. And to me, there's more evidence of that from beginning to end, from Genesis to Revelation, than there is something that's sort of a stark depiction like Mark did. So there you have it, babies. Have a lovely day. Be happy. Embrace something difficult today, even if it's just a little bit difficult, and ask God to help you with it. And then move on to the next level tomorrow. Love you.